The days are longer, the calendar is filling up, and I want to feel as good as this beautiful summer weather. That's why I've been loving Groons. It's one daily pack of gummies that covers my greens, vitamins, and minerals, and even has 6 grams of prebiotic fiber. So I don't need to juggle a complicated wellness routine on top of everything else. They taste amazing. They're easy to toss in my bag on the go. Plus, they're vegan, gluten-free, and HSA, FSA eligible for reimbursement. Save up to 52% off with promo code podcast at gruns.co. That's code podcast at gruns.co.
Well, we have to stop and just thank some people. In fact, we have our first sponsor of Weathering Life with Belinda, and we want to thank a good friend of ours, Continental Diamond, which is an amazing place that I've actually been to so many times. They've helped me with so many things, and they're a great sponsor. So thank you for being our first sponsor.
Continental Diamond.
Yes. Coda.
Hey, over here.
I'm sorry. Coda
I love that Coda's here.
Yes, because he's the biggest thing going on. And you know what? Everyone misses Coda, so we had to bring him on the podcast.
Yeah, I hear they miss Coda more than you on Care 11 Saturday. Is that true?
They pretty much do. Lee!
How about this?
So
we're doing
this
a podcast.
by we were laughing about the fact that we should work together.
I know. And here we are.
Because, of course, we worked together for over 2 decades. And I knew you a long time ago when I was just a 20-some-year-old doing radio. And so it is so fun that we're going to do this.
Isn't this fun? So you tell everybody what we're going to do because you just retired.
I'm not sure what we're doing.
Well, talking about transitions in life. And it could be anything from getting a new pet in the house, something that changes up your life a little bit, or retiring.
Exactly. I think
many years.
Right. I think people go through lots of transitions. You have a baby. You go back to work after having the baby. You get married, you get divorced. There's a death in the family. You retire, you move. I mean, so many people transition in so many different places.
It's weathering life.
And
it's not always stormy. Like yesterday, we're taping this on the Thursday. Yesterday, I thought of you.
It was very stormy. It's not always stormy, but there for sure are stormy moments.
Yeah.
And your forecast is not always right, which is the way that it is with weather.
Things change, right?
And things change. And then hopefully you can find those sunny spots. So we decided to just play off the whole weather thing. And we're excited to do this.
Well, speaking of the weather thing, I thought about you yesterday. We had all these storms. Oh, it's going to storm really bad. And it did in spots. Yesterday, I don't know what happened. I never saw a drop of rain.
You didn't.
But I was going here and there
you're in
and
Western
everywhere.
Wisconsin.
And never saw a drop of rain. But I was, if it was raining in Wisconsin, I was probably in Minneapolis, at the time, and then missed everything.
Well, June is a very volatile month, and I think people know that in Minnesota. And it was the potential yesterday was very, very high. I mean, it was 91 degrees, our warmest day of June. And then today it's going to be 72. That's Minnesota, the whirlwind of weather.
But I thought about you. Your day would have been so different yesterday.
If I was working.
If you were working.
Yeah, if I was working at Care, I would have been there the night before all night, like John and Ben were. And then I would have woke up and been looking at it every moment and then gone back in to deal with whatever happened. The storms did erupt east of us and moved east. Instead, I was paying attention because I was emceeing for the 16th time. Very, very proud to be the person who does the Arboretum Gala in the gardens. So last night we had 300 people under a circus tent in the sensory garden.
Well, thank goodness.
And I was like, oh my gosh, the tent is going to get blown over by a tornado. This is not going to be good. And the meteorologist is in the room. So it didn't. Everything worked out.
We had the event. A stormy event. Yeah.
We had the event. And I think we garnered a lot of money. And the money is going to preserve all the native species in Minnesota, all the plants that are actually going away. So it's really good. Obviously a great cause. And you were in an event last night too.
And almost the same. Land Trust Foundation helping preserve land and waterways in Minnesota forever. And it's crazy how they do this. But we had a dinner at a friend of ours' house, Peter, who brought in Hank Shaw and Burgo. This guy writes books on eating weeds. Alan Burgo.
I have seen him eat the weeds.
He's amazing. He cooked for us last night.
Did you eat weeds?
Yeah. We ate lamb shanks. And the guy sitting next to me thought he was actually going to, no, lamb quarter.
Was it good?
It's a weed. It's not.
Oh, you didn't
meat.
eat lamb. You ate.
No, but the guy next to us thought he was going to have a lamb quarter. And instead
He's
it's
like,
a weed.
Where's the meat?
It grows in everybody's garden.
Here's a weed. How was that?
It was awesome.
Really?
Yes. And we
Wow.
had all Minnesota foods. Hank Shaw's and both and they're both James Beard Award winners, but not for restaurants, for their TV show, for their website, and for their cookbooks.
So we were out and about last night.
Yeah,
We
I
were
was
out and
eating
about.
good.
It was funny. I was wearing a floral dress that was long, and I
I
noticed
was not.
you were not. And I was noticing in the cocktail hour, which thankfully we brought inside because we were worried about the storms early on. And I looked around and I said to my mom, I'm like, oh my God, look at all the flowery dresses. I mean, flower dresses must be in. So when we got in the tent, 300 some people, I said, if you have a flower dress on, or if you have a flower on your suit, there's a lot of gentlemen in the room, of course, I go, stand up.
Everybody did.
Literally everyone stood up.
Well, you're going to the Arboretum. You better dress the
See,
part, right?
I know, but it's also in, so it's kind of fun. So that's what I did last night, and that was a lot of fun. And now we're here today trying this.
What do you think of podcasting?
So I'm not a huge podcast listener, I'll be real honest, but I do have a few that I really do like. And obviously I know that's the medium that a lot of people gravitate toward. My friend Julie Nelson listens to ones every single day to prep herself to be ready, because there's so many daily ones that are very good at aggregating the news and giving you different perspectives. So it's so much easier than her like reading all the papers to get ready to do the news. And I know you listen to a bunch.
Yeah, I listen to a bunch of podcasts, and I think they're fun. And we do have a focus on, we're going to have guests. This show, we're not. This is just you and me. And Coda.
No one showed up for our first one. We were like, okay. No, Coda's going to be our consistent guest. But you brought a guest, and we're going to decorate our set, but we're going to do it gradually because you know what? We don't know what we're doing. So who is this?
That's Nipper, the RCA dog.
Oh, I know.
I collect nippers. And I thought,
Just RCA
something
dogs?
you may not know about me is I collect nippers. And that's Nipper. I have a nipper bigger than Coda that stands on, it's a plastic one. And I have
What is going on
salt
with
and
that?
pepper
Why?
shaker. Because they're cute. And do you know the story behind Nipper? So it's the RCA dog. Remember, he's listening to the big old-fashioned record player, and he's listening.
We are
to his
dating
master-
ourselves right
to
now.
his
Lee.
master's voice. Well, everybody, you kind of know
All right.
he's still popular. So,
Well,
but
according to you.
I have a picture framed of Nipper, and you can actually see the coffin, because the real story is back in the day, a long time ago, his master died and is in the coffin, and there's a record, the old phonograph record player sitting on the coffin playing his master's voice, and it sounds so clear he thinks it's his master, but he's in the coffin.
That's kind of
It's depressing.
sad.
It's a stormy thing.
I have to tell you something.
But it's cool.
You're going to be really jealous, but I have to tell you, years and years ago, a couple decades ago, I was on a plane with Nipper, and he was in first class.
The RCA dog, a real dog?
Yeah, because they had a real dog that they used to. And so, I had 2 times I was on a plane with I don't know,
famous
like
animal?
a star dog.
star
So
dog.
once it was Nipper,
Mhm.
and I'm like, doesn't he have did he have like a little spot next?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the other time, remember that Saint Bernard dog that was super famous for the movies? And I don't even remember. It was
Benji.
No, not Benji.
Not Benji's a little dog. What was,
Alex, you remember? Okay, it was like a really big dog.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a Saint Bernard. He was in first class too. The Saint Bernard dog was in first class.
what do you know what that movie is?
We're gonna
Alex?
figure it out. We're gonna come back.
It wasn't Beethoven, right?
Beethoven.
Yes!
That was it. That was it.
Good thing we have a young brain in the house. Beethoven.
I
was
used my
in-
computer.
Beethoven was in first class.
How about
Not
that?
me, but
How about that?
I
And
know.
then Coda's on our first
but
podcast.
Coda's never been on a plane. He's too big. He's too big.
Hi.
He's too
Oh,
big.
I get kisses for the first day. How about that?
That's perfect.
And behind the scenes, we should say that your mom's here today too.
My mom is visiting us today too. Okay, so let's
That's
just
nice.
talk about this. So obviously, you made a big transition when you left care after 26 years on the Saturday morning show.
Yeah.
So talk about that transition.
So it's kind of different because it was only a Saturday.
Well, it was
Saturday morning.
but
it took all my Saturday mornings.
But it was a big thing because it's a very popular show.
Yep.
And you made it amazing because you went to all the places and brought those places to people's homes.
It was so much fun. But I just wanted to get my weekends back.
I get it.
And I retired from Care 11, but everybody thinks I'm retired. But I'm still on the radio on Cool 108 weekdays, 6 a.m. till noon.
Everyone listens though.
Playing Minnesota's best variety of the 80s and 90s.
And
so
not
much
just
fun.
in the holiday time. People listen.
I'm the Christmas music person too.
You are.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you do like that a lot, right?
It's okay. I don't have to listen to all of it.
Yeah,
Somebody asked me what my favorite, they're all my favorites. My worst, I don't think I have one that I don't like playing, but it's interesting.
Julie Nelson always says I don't know how to sing, and then I would always sing The Little Drummer Boy. And Julie and Randy are like, stop singing during the mic checks. Stop singing, Belinda. I'd be like, dun 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 dun. Same time. Julie actually does sing all the time.
But 80s and 90s is cool because that's how I started in radio. Well, I've started in radio way before I did KDWB, but I'm playing the same music on Cool 108 that I played on KDWB. So I said, I just took all the records.
Because you were.
I know.
Well, okay, so let's go back. So how old were you when you started radio?
Oh my goodness. My first job was in Hutchinson, Minnesota at KDUZ, playing polkas.
How old were you?
And country music. I was fresh out of Brown Institute. 1980. I was about 22, 23 years old. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I did Metro Traffic Control. That's what got me into the Twin Cities. I was on all the major Heinz and Berglund, Chuck Nap and Donuts on KS95.
Yeah.
I was on all those morning shows doing traffic.
Was there traffic back then? I'm kidding.
We made it up. No, there was traffic.
Think about how different it was, though.
I know.
Well, the
right?
highways were different. Everything was different. Yeah. Okay.
And now we got cameras everywhere.
That's true. We didn't have cameras.
Yeah.
You were the
Yeah.
camera.
Right?
You were the camera.
And we had we had cars, and Unit 2 and Unit 14 would be out there telling us what's going on Highway
Shut
36.
Up, they did that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
And we had little walkie-talkies in the car or whatever they're called. And
pagers.
Yeah. And I'd say, hey, Unit 14, there's an accident being reported on 36 at 280. Can you check it out? And they get there and they go, yeah, we got quite a backup here. It's probably going to take about 10 minutes to get through it. So that was old school traffic reporting.
It's a riot.
In the Twin Cities.
So when I met you, you were at KDWB.
Yeah. And then before that, I went to KSTP AM 1500.
Oh, really?
I did the morning show there.
Okay.
There was a guy named Don Vogel. A lot of people, you might know the name, but he did afternoons on KSTP. And I did the mornings with a guy named John McDougall, who was the news guy, famous news guy back in the day. He was Channel 5's main anchor back in the day.
I kind of remember that.
Yeah. So from there, I went to KDWB, then Cities 97, and I did a little thing, WLOL, Classic Hits 100, which is now the KFan frequency, 100.3. And like I said, now I'm on Cool 108 playing the same music I played on KDWB.
So you've just beautifully aged and
right
kept
down
the
the hallway. You know the hallway.
But you've beautifully aged all the way through it, and now you've just been carrying that music with you.
Yeah.
I think that's remarkable.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't last that long.
And what else was fun, I got into the Minnesota Broadcast Hall of Fame in 2023, and you just got in this year. And,
because of you.
Well, because of you. It's all the stuff you do.
Thank you.
But you needed to do that. And the class is amazing. Frank and Amelia are in your class. Dave Ryan, my bosses, Dan Seaman and Greg Swedberg.
Yes. And
Dan Gladden.
Dan Gladden from the Twins.
Good
yeah, it's going to be
friend
great.
of yours.
We're going to, the whole thing's in November.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it. And I'm very honored. And I appreciate you nominating me because that was really sweet of you to do that. You had to do a lot of work to do that. Like trying to figure out things. Okay, what did you do? So anyway, that's
it's
fun.
Really cool.
So that was a big transition for you, not to work in the Care show, but you've made transitions through your whole life because
through radio stations.
Through radio stations, yeah.
But you and I have talked about this. Our careers in radio and TV, we had no podcasting back then, were the highlight of radio and TV, I think.
Well, because everyone watched and listened back then because there was no for television,
streaming.
there were no cable networks.
Yep.
There wasn't obviously streaming services and Netflix and
It was
all the
appointment
things.
TV.
It was appointment
radio.
TV you watched at 5, 6, and 10. I remember back when I started at Care, we on Thursday nights we would have ER. We would have Seinfeld, Friends, ER, and we would have a 54 share. That meant 54% of the households in Minnesota, in our DMA, which is most of Minnesota, we're watching. And now I have to tell you that if we get a 2, we're really happy at Care now.
Isn't that
or
crazy?
any station, because there's so many things to watch.
Yeah.
And
the
then,
same thing, KDWB. Every teenage girl listened to KDW, or boy.
because there was no satellite radio.
No satellite radio. You didn't, you just had to listen for your favorite
There was
song.
no Spotify.
Now you can just type in your favorite song on a phone and you can listen to it 10 times in a row.
You'd have to wait, and you'd have to, remember,
Yes,
we'd have
yes.
the cassette players, and we'd wait for the song and go,
Trying to record it.
Okay, now we're aging ourselves. But I remember doing that. My sister did that. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Isn't that funny?
No, you know what? Everyone listened.
Yeah. And TV's the same, TV and radio, kind of in the same boat.
So I think we lived through, I think we worked through the golden age. I mean, I was at the end of the golden age, really, and then of television. And then now it's transitioned. It's not
Gone.
totally horrible,
Oh, no.
but it's not as good as it was, in my opinion. It's just different. It's
Yep,
just a
it's
different
different.
world.
Yep.
And the kids now, they don't know any difference. So they're fine.
Well, and when they started podcasting, there was no video. We're on video too. How do we find the video?
Alex, how do we find the video?
YouTube. The Weathering Life with Belinda Jensen.
we're
and
on
Eve Ellsworth.
YouTube.
And
Sweet.
Spotify.
Cheers
or
to
Apple
that. I
Podcasts.
didn't know we were on YouTube. We have a lot of clips of us on YouTube, but not this.
Oh my
I have one
goodness.
getting hit terribly. You had a show. Will you show the hit? You don't have to go in. You remember the hit?
Yep.
Yep.
It's a good thing you're still alive.
I'm going
I
to have to, I'll play it over the video.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Okay.
quite a day. Craig Norkus, our photojournalist, who now is retired from Care as well, was your right-hand man. And it was Viking season, and he's a very, 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 very big Vikings fan. And I have no idea why he tackled you and almost killed you during a live shot.
I fell across a table set at a restaurant in downtown Union, whatever, in
Yeah.
downtown Minneapolis. I fell across that table. But if he was my camera guy, if the camera guy would have been holding the camera, they would have immediately gone down to me, So thank God it was on a tripod, because the shot was me just getting thrown right out of the picture.
Yep.
If they
And
were
everyone was
holding a
very
camera,
concerned.
oh
You
yeah,
wanna watch it?
and you can,
Oh, here it is.
I'll play it over the podcast while we watch this.
you can.
Executive chef is going to grill us up some salmon with red wine oxtail sauce. He
Oh, it's
only
wild card
makes
weekend.
that up here on the rooftop at Union Restaurant. And Johnny Michaels, mixologist, plays some football.
Famous bartender.
Yeah, it sure is nice playing under retractable
Yeah, well,
glass.
go ahead. I'm not going to get in trouble. It worked in practice. Let's not
Listen. I'm okay.
Why did he do that? He had a lot
Isn't
of
that
coffee
funny?
that morning. He just completely tackled you.
I got home after that and I said to everybody in the house, I go, oh, something happened today and it's not going to go away. I was on Ellen. I was Jon Stewart's Moment of Zen on the Daily Show. I was on the Today Show with, the whole morning show on the Today Show. And who's the
went-
weather guy on the Al
Al Roker.
Al Roker was making fun of, she must have said something really bad to that guy. But I'll tell you one thing, going viral is not really the best thing in the world, because poor Craig got a lot of heat for that.
I know he almost got fired. No, I'm
I-
kidding.
Well, we had to come back on Saturday morning, that next Saturday,
To make sure that he was okay.
and
you
tell
were
him that we were really good friends and he didn't mean to hit me like that. How could you hit an old lady like that? We're
You're
all
not an old lady.
oh my God.
Oh my goodness. So
Isn't that fun?
it was fun. That was one of the moments. There were many good moments, actually. That Saturday morning show is probably the only thing that I have to say. I was blessed
That
to
was
work
your
at Care.
baby.
Yeah, I was the old widow of the show. I had 6 co-hosts
Oh, I know.
in 33 years. And I was lucky that was my first.
Who was your favorite co-host?
No.
Frank's listening.
Yeah, he could be. No, you know what? I loved being there. I was very blessed to have that job for 33 years. I transitioned from the weekend meteorologist to the chief meteorologist, main meteorologist, whatever you want to call it. And I was there for obviously a long time, 20 years. And I had a really great career just across the street from where we are here right now. And I really appreciated everything about it. And the only thing I miss is I really miss that show. And I might have some cameos in the fall on the show.
Ooh.
Possibly. Yeah, we're working on that. But I miss that. I miss Twins Weather Day because I came up with that and we did that for 30 some years. And
will you go to the fair? Will you be on Care 11 at the fair?
What do you think?
Oh my goodness.
That was not my favorite thing to do. I mean, it was part of our job, and we realized that a lot of
I
people
had to do it every day of the fair.
But we realized everyone got to come and see us, and we understand people love the fair.
Right,
but when you're working the fair, it's not that. And just trying to get in there every day, the parking, the crowds, the all the things.
You had to do it on. Oh no, you had to do it every day too for the news.
I did it every day.
So did I for 30 plus years.
Ditto. I got out of it 3 times.
Wow.
I had a baby to get out of it. Thankfully, Tori came in July. The pandemic.
Yep.
And then the riots. So 3 times we didn't have to do it.
Wow.
And then otherwise was there. So there 30 times.
So
30 years in a row for 12 days.
Will you be going to the state fair this year?
I will not.
Okay. What if I say I've got tickets to go see Bonnie Raitt the first night?
Nope.
Well, you won't go see Bonnie Raitt?
No.
Oh, I will.
There's maybe a person, like I did go at night a couple of years ago and saw Nate Bargatze.
Oh,
because I really, really wanted to see him.
Yeah. He's okay.
He's just wandering around. But no. If Ella Langley showed up, yes.
Okay.
If Lainey Wilson showed up,
You're a
yes.
huge country music fan.
Otherwise, probably not. Probably not going there.
Yeah.
I mean, God love the people that go there, but not me. I just need a break.
I know.
And
you
I'm
deserve
also
a break.
Thank you. And I'm also really happy that other than yesterday, because of the gala outdoors, and that I'm not trying to figure out the chaos theory in the Super Bowl of weather every day at 2:00.
Right.
And then being able to sell it. Because, I know we're not in control. I know Mother Nature's in control. But when it's your message and it's your 7-day, you own it. So you better believe it.
We all have a 7-day.
It's true.
Right. Hey, but you're not doing weather anymore. Tell that story. What happened to you last week when you...
Oh my gosh. So obviously for 36 years, I was in Salt Lake City for the first 3 years of my career. For 36 years, I've been doing the weather, looking at the radar every single darn day, even on my days off, just to figure it out, just to make sure I knew the pattern and whatever, the temperatures, the dew point, the snow, all the stuff.
Yeah.
And by the way, as of tonight, so next week when this airs, we go to 9 p.m. sunsets.
Sunset. Yeah.
For a nice long period of time.
That.
I love the long days. I still love all that kind of stuff, climatology and all that stuff. But anyway, so I was picking up my girlfriend from the airport who was coming in to come to my going away party. And I'm pulling in and all of a sudden it just started storming. And I'm like, what? Why is it red? I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know there was a storm coming. I'm like, no wonder her plane's delayed. And it was this unbelievable thing where I didn't know it was going to storm.
You didn't know it was going to rain.
I had no idea. I was so busy doing some other stuff. I didn't pay attention. I go to the Care 11 app and watch Ben and Jamie and Courtney and John now whenever I have time, which is great that it's there. And that's how I know the weather.
Yeah. Like we all do that,
Yeah, we go, well, make sure you have the right app.
We have a radar in our hand.
That's make sure crazy. You have the right app.
Yeah.
Don't use the wrong one.
Yeah. You've been talking about that a lot of that is computer. You got to talk.
It's all computers. So you have to ask, you have to see a human doing it. So if, you watch the Care people, watch Ian, watch Chris Schaefer, watch Ken Barlow, watch someone you trust.
Yeah. Because if you just go to an app that has weather, that's all machine.
It's all a computer.
Yeah.
That's why all the apps sometimes are pretty similar and change because it's just based on a computer.
Yeah.
So if you want the humans that look at the computers to analyze it and come up with the forecast, that's what I would suggest.
My good
whatever
friends,
human you trust.
My good friends on the Power Trip Morning Show. You were on there with them and you blew them away when you told them about weather balloons.
They had no idea.
I didn't have any idea. I listened to that conversation. We still launch weather balloons daily.
Twice a day.
Here in Minnesota.
Every airport or every major city. Ours happens to be in Chanhassen.
So there's a weather balloon going up.
Yeah.
And then they do come, what goes up comes down.
Yeah.
And there's a little note on it saying, please return.
Yeah.
And then sometimes
it's a massive balloon. And you can go to the Weather Service call them before you go. You can go and watch the launch. So they do it at 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. or 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. It depends on the time of year. And it's this tiny little cardboard box that has a radio sound in it. So it's something that actually records every 10th of a second as it goes up in the atmosphere. It records all the data.
Stop.
And then it sends it back to a computer through a radio sound. And it's in a little cardboard box. The balloon is massive. The balloon and the cardboard box make it all the way to the edge of the ionosphere. And then it pops. And then there's a little parachute. And then it comes down and it lands. Ours land
Find a picture of this, will
in
you, Alex,
Wisconsin.
for
Ours
us?
land in Wisconsin because our weather comes west to east. That's how it rolls. And then if you find it, you should return it because we're paying for those. It's our taxpayers.
So
pay
most
for
likely
this.
in Wisconsin, these are landing.
The ones from Chanhassen.
Yeah.
But there's one going.
And you could just be out on a walk and all of a sudden you see.
It's tiny. It's not a big deal.
Oh,
It's
you don't
not-
see
and
the balloon. That's dead.
The balloon's dead.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
it's not going to hurt you. It's like
just
a
a
little
box.
cardboard box, but there's a little parachute.
I want to find one.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of cool that they do that. And they do it. I could be
oh
wrong.
my goodness.
It could be. Yep, there it is. Well, it's really big. The NPR News, they're really big. Those are small ones.
Okay.
Look at the one from the Weather Service. It's pretty massive. It
Yeah.
goes pretty big. Anyway, bottom line is that's how we get our weather. So there's 270 plus of them that go up every morning and every night. So that gives you, think about it, that gives you a profile of the atmosphere all the way up. And then those are the numbers that go into the computers that figure out the weather and all the different algorithms. And so every 12 hours, you get a real reading. And then the computers go out from there. You know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
And if there's bad weather coming through an area, they'll put an extra balloon up at like 1 o'clock
Oh.
to get another reading of the atmosphere.
Yeah. You told that story on KFan with the guys, and all of them were shocked. I was shocked listening to it.
And
Had
it's
no idea.
all the information is available on the internet.
How fun is that?
The atmospheric reading all the way to the ions. It's
Yeah.
really cool.
Another thing I want you to talk about, because we're just talking to ourselves. This is the first podcast.
Well,
It's
and
just-
Coda's listening.
And Coda's listening.
And
Your
Alex
mom is
and my
here.
mom, yeah.
Alex is here. But we're going to have guests on this show and talking about, other people's lives besides ours.
Yes.
But you are an author. And
thank
your
you.
books are the cutest darn things in the whole wide world.
Thank you.
Belle
You know-
the Weather Girl.
Right.
Gal
Belle
girl.
the weather girl. Yes.
Yeah.
So what happened was I was talking to kids for my entire career, 36 years. And the most of the age group that I talked to the most were second graders, because that's the first time you learn weather across the country. The first time that academically you learn weather. Also, second graders are so darn cute. They're between 7 and 8 years old. And anyone older than fourth grade just scares me. I don't want to talk to those kids. I want to talk to the little kids. I want to go into the little class. And I got into the second grade grind and I loved it. It wasn't a grind. It was a second grade wonderment. I got in there and I started talking to second graders. And after doing literally hundreds of school talks, and at the beginning I was using chalk and slideshow because, it was a long time ago. The light bulb moments where I could tell the kids were like, those became the books. Those became the books. So those second graders in Utah and Minnesota
Help
were
write
the
the
ones
books.
who wrote the books. They did. And so Belle, the weather girl, is 8. And she's 8. She's a second grader. And she knows a lot about weather. Her mom just happens to be a meteorologist. My mom's not a meteorologist, but my mom would call me on a daily basis. And she'd go, we talk every day. Well, it's going to rain. I go, really, Mom? It's going to rain today. I go, really? Who told you that? Well, I just know. I
can
watched
feel
you.
it. I watched you.
Anyway, it's a good thing. But Belle's mom's a meteorologist, and Belle's friends, some of them are anxious about the
I was
weather.
going to say they're cute, but I bet you they're scared as can be when a storm
Well,
comes.
the problem
My
is
dogs are.
The problem is everybody has one of those. Everyone has a phone, so everyone's videotaping every single cloud and every single storm and every single weather thing. And then if it's really an intense video, it will show up on every single platform multiple times. So little kids cannot delineate the fact that not every cloud is going to be a tornado because they see this visual because they have access to it too. They're not only seeing it on TV, probably not even on
Yeah.
TV. They're seeing it on their iPad. They're seeing it on their mom's feed. They're seeing it on their dad's feed. And they're like, is that going to happen here today? And so that is something that I heard from moms, grandmas, counselors in schools. They said every time thunder happens during the school day, they have a rush of kids to the office. Half of them want to look at the radar because they really love it.
Oh,
And half of them
scared.
are scared to death.
Yeah.
Because they think a tornado is going to rip through the school because
man.
they saw the darn video from Oklahoma.
Oh.
And they don't realize in Minnesota, we're on the top of the
How do people get your books?
we're on the top of the tornado
Or did you
alley.
run out after your retirement show?
No, I have them. They arrived yesterday, actually.
You had to order more.
I did have to order more. I have
Isn't that
6
funny?
books. I have 6 books. Thank you for asking. I have 6 books. One's about tornadoes, one's about thunderstorms, one's about hail, one's about hurricanes, one's about blizzards, and one's about clouds. And it's bellaweathergirl.com.
Wow.
And you can actually, there's a bunch of experiments there and everything. So then it was super fun to go back into the classrooms with the PowerPoint of the books.
Yeah.
Because it just was like this wonderful full circle. And then to leave the books behind when I leave. And I know that the kids that are freaked out can pick up the book, and the dad or the kid that's scared at night because of the thunder, he or she can do the thunder count game with their parents. And then they'll know if the storm's coming closer or further away. But actually what it is just diversion. So they're not thinking about it.
Oh, there you go.
And then they're fine. And all of a sudden they're waiting for thunder because they want to do the game.
Now that you're retired from Care 11, are you still doing school stuff? Will you still go into the schools with
I
your
will.
books?
I didn't do it as I retired pretty much right at the end of the school year. But I think next fall I will get back into the schools because that's something I really enjoy.
Yeah.
And again, second graders are my deal. I love them.
How about that?
Yep.
I golf a lot, but you're doing stuff
I
with
heard.
Kowalski's, and you're doing stuff with you're on the board of the Science Museum of Minnesota.
I am.
So you're busy.
Yeah, I couldn't be on any boards or do any of these things be it when I worked at CARE because I was just kind of too busy and it didn't work out with the contract and stuff.
Yeah.
So now I can it's the wild, wild west. I'm doing a bunch of things, but I'm partnering with people that I believe in and companies I believe in and people I know. So Kowalski's, Bachman's, Cambria,
Continental Diamond.
Continental Diamond, who I love, Nicollet Island Inn,
Yeah.
all of those.
Yeah.
So I feel it's been so far really fun.
There you go.
It's been really fun. And when I'm not doing that, I am
On the
walking
boat.
this dog
On the boat.
or I'm surfing. So you're golfing, I'm surfing.
Yeah.
So that's
I
what-
spend a lot of time on my pontoon too.
I know.
I do coffee cruises with my dog, Doug. and when
The fact that your dog is named Doug, that's from Up.
yeah, that's where we got the name, Doug Squirrel.
Doug.
You know, Doug. He's very old, and he's just hanging in there.
What kind of dog is Doug?
golden doodle? Pure golden doodle. His dad was a red golden retriever. His mom was a cream-colored standard poodle. We met both 14 years ago.
So you got a golden doodle before everyone got the golden doodles.
They were around, but now that there's these different degrees of golden doodles, this is a pure golden doodle. And man, he's 13 going on 14 and he's struggling, but he's good.
They're hyperallergenic.
We had to
right?
put rugs all over our wood floors
So he wouldn't fall.
so he's not like, yeah. But
So you're a dog person, not a cat person.
Dog person.
Ditto.
Had cats.
I did when I was a kid.
Oh, and we just,
Yeah.
yeah.
We had
We love cats.
No, we don't. Can we just be honest? We
I
love
just don't like litter boxes. No.
Cats are too smart. Hello. Hello.
Just Coda just sits there.
Hello. This is perfect.
You take him everywhere too.
Well, because he's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, we're really blessed with Coda. He's great. He's 6. I got him. He arrived the week the world shut down. He arrived March 20th, 2020.
Uh-huh.
He was born February 20th.
My 65th birthday, they shut down the world.
Oh.
Yeah.
He he came from Montana.
Aw.
It was our 4th burner. Our 3rd burner, actually. And we had another one, but he passed away really young. But Coda arrived, and this guy from Montana just handed me the puppy through the threshold of the door. And I'm like, oh, thank you. And I had both my kids home and my husband were
Oh, my
all
goodness.
home. So we were so blessed to have this dog arrive. So the reason he came to the Saturday show is because I was doing the weather in my basement for 5 months.
Oh, yeah.
Remember back then?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so they were like, how big is he now? And I'd be like, oh, and I'm like, oh, yeah.
Come here, Coda.
And then, and so consequently, he had to come to the Saturday show because he's a big part of the show.
Yeah. You should go on a coffee cruise with Doug and I. We'd go on coffee cruises on the
He'd like
pontoon.
coffee cruise. My my brother has a cabin that my mom goes to, and he's been on the pontoon. I have a picture. I'll send it to you, and we'll put it on there. Out.
Yeah.
He loved it. He's like just loving the whole thing.
Yeah, you grew up with a cabin up in the McGregor area. I'm in Danbury.
Oh, in
with a small
Wisconsin.
cabin, not a lake home. You know, there's a difference between a lake home.
And then there's
There's a cabin.
we have a cabin.
I have a cabin.
We don't. My brother has a cabin.
Yeah.
I actually grew up on the St. Croix. So when I was
So
a
did I.
little kid.
You were downriver from me.
Right.
Yeah.
When I was a little kid, I lived in Apple Valley in an Orrin Thompson house. That's where I was born, 1968.
Wow.
And all the streets in Apple Valley were named after apples. So we lived on Whitney Drive. And so we lived in a little house, 5 kids. And then when I was 6, we moved onto the river. And we grew up.
Prescott?
Yep, Prescott, with a River Falls address. So we were north of Prescott. And it was a blessing. But I was only 6. I loved it, the woods. Probably why I became a meteorologist, because my mom had a meticulous house. And once we did our chores, then we had to go outside until the whistle come in for the dinner. So we were outside all the time. And I was out in nature on the beautiful St. Croix. You were up the
Stillwater, born and raised. So was my mom. So was my grandpa. Great grandpa came from Sweden to Scandia.
really.
So always in the St. Croix Valley. And then I moved to Golden Valley. I've been in Golden Valley like in 2019, but I there was something about I needed to be on the St. Croix.
And now you're back to Hudson.
I'm back in the St. Croix. I'm a Minnesotan living in Wisconsin.
That's okay.
I know, but I grew up in Hudson. I mean, Stillwater in Hudson. You know.
Yeah.
I went to Dibbo's on banana nights in downtown
Dibbo's.
Hudson. Do you remember that?
Well, no, I never went to the Dibbo's, but
I
when
did.
a lot of people did, because the drinking age was 18, and then the kids would come across the border and have their beers and figure it out. Hopefully not drink and drive. Prescott was 18 too, so a lot of people came to Prescott.
Oh yeah.
It was only known for the bars back then. It wasn't so nice. The river was so gorgeous. It is so nice now.
It's beautiful.
There's a boutique hotel. It's like fancy dancy.
Prescott.
Prescott.
It's beautiful.
Fancy dancy. It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah.
It was beautiful when we lived there, but it was just a little different.
Stillwater's fun now.
Stillwater's always been
Stillwater's
fun.
great because the traffic isn't so bad.
Because of
now
the big
new
bridge.
bridge. And
It was bad.
to walk across that bridge that you showed every night on your newscast.
I
That
do.
is just the best.
I do love that.
Yeah.
I love that bridge walk.
Yeah, it's fun. And
That's
the bike
super
path.
fun.
The bike, you can go from bridge to bridge.
I know.
It's crazy good.
I've done it.
Yeah.
It's
Now we
fun.
just need a bike path to get to Hudson. Because you can get there, but it's scary. I need a designated bike path.
All right. Are you listening,
If
everybody?
anybody's listening.
My grandma lived in North Hudson on Galahad Road.
Oh yeah.
So I spent a lot of time in North Hudson.
Yeah.
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 So that's a good thing. So this transition's been good for me so far. I'm
Good.
feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
Feeling
Me
pretty
too.
good. And it's been really fun. I've had so many people reach out, and it's been so sweet. And people say, well, we miss you, but we're so happy for you, which I appreciate.
Well, we're gonna
It's such a public job. You kind of, I felt weird about all the attention, and I know you feel the same way. And then I had someone, Paul Douglas, who was my mentor. I interviewed him in 10th grade. That's why I became a meteorologist, because I got an A in the paper, and then I got his job, which is true.
I love that.
But he ran into me at an event, and I was kind of grumpy about it. And I was like, I wish I could just evaporate. I mean, I appreciate everything, but I just want to evaporate. I just want to walk away. I don't want all this attention because it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then he said something to me that really helped me. He goes, Belinda, you have a really public job. You've been doing this your whole life. It's been your job to do that. So now it's your job to let people say goodbye to you.
Absolutely.
It's like you need those people, whoever they are, they either hated me or liked me. They need closure. They're like, yes, she's done. Or, oh, she's done.
Yeah.
Whatever it was. I'm kidding, but it's true.
And you're going to get more of that this fall when you're inducted into the Minnesota Broadcast Hall of Fame. It's a big deal.
Right. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I appreciate that. But anyway,
Well
it's
deserved.
well, I appreciate that. Yeah. It's been a good run.
Yeah.
It's been a good run.
So this show, Weathering Life with Belle and Lee, we're going to do this weekly.
Yep.
And this first show is just you and I, but we're going to have guests and probably people you know,
And more decor.
and maybe you don't know, but
And Coda,
and Coda.
who already loves it here. You can
Yeah.
just tell.
Yeah.
And we're really excited. We're going to see what happens.
Yeah.
We've never done this. We're going to see what happens. But actually, we have run into a lot of people in the last 5 or 6 months when we've been prepping for this show, or maybe the last 2 months we've been prepping for the show, whatever the heck it's been. We've been talking about it for 4
We only
months or
talked
so.
about it once, though. We talked about it on Care 11 on your last show, and I can't believe how many people have said, when's the podcast coming out?
I know. So now we have to figure out how to make it good.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go. But I've ran into so many people where I'm like, oh my gosh, because they tell me a story. I'm like, oh my gosh. And the stories are so varied. So I'm really looking forward to bringing a lot of different people into the fold and talking about their transitions in life. And then that, whatever they did, however they went from one chapter another to a chapter. And we're going to talk about what hurdles they've run into, what storms they've run into, and then consequently, hopefully will help other people that are maybe afraid to change or afraid to switch their lives.
And I want to say to you, that what is your forecast? Your personal life forecast.
My forecast is to be more present at home and be less rushed and not live by the clock, the 5, 6, 10, the 5, 6, 10, the 5. My whole life was like always timed. And now it's like a little more. And what I really like is I like that. And Coda's just looking right here. What I really like is I like spontaneity. My whole life was very structured because I had 2 kids and on the job and I love the fact that I'm like, you want to go to dinner? Oh, let's go to dinner.
I love
like
that.
Spontaneity is something new to me and really pleasant.
Yeah. My forecast started
What is your
off
forecast?
as one thing. I don't know if you know this. When you're 62 or older, you can take classes at the university.
62.
A lot older than that. But when you're 62 and older, you can take classes at the University of Minnesota for free. You might have to buy the books. But I took
That's
classes.
amazing.
So I started taking classes at the University of Minnesota until
Why?
little Kari came into my life.
Oh, yeah.
I have a grandson.
You have a grandson.
And now I'm, my forecast has changed a bit because I'm kind of childcare for Kari.
Okay, we're going to get to that in a second, but tell me, why did you go back to school in your 60s?
And by the way, I got in high school, I never got straight A's. I did really well at college. Because if you listen to the professor and these kids, I was in a room of 200 kids and I'm listening to the professor and writing notes. Kids, I'm looking at their screens, they're watching videos, they're on this, they're talking, and they're trying to take notes, but they don't write out notes. I write everything out.
People don't understand.
I did
how
really
important it
well.
is.
And I was taking science classes on climate change.
Okay.
And energy. And I think that's
You were just
fantastic.
interested in that?
I was into wind power and solar power. And it's great.
Okay, Einstein.
No,
What are you doing?
But the thing is, I didn't, I just want to say, if you listen and take notes,
Guess what? You'll learn.
Kids, and it works.
Oh, my husband.
I didn't know that when I was in college when I was little.
My husband's a professor, and I would agree with you. And I would tell my kids to do the same thing. Get a piece of paper, darn it. Get a piece of paper. Get a pencil, maybe.
Write it out. You'll never
my
forget it
goodness.
once you write it.
Well, you know what? And I have to say, that's so cool that you did that. And that's a really interesting thing that people should remember, that if you keep using your brain and keep learning, maybe you take classes, maybe you learn Mahjong, whatever, maybe you start cooking a bunch, whatever. It's super important to do that because it's important to never stop using the brain.
Yeah.
The synapses have to fire,
And this
right?
started when COVID happened too. So not only was I wearing masks at class, but I had some online classes too.
All right, as we wrap up, so tell us what it's like to be a grandmother.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
Exciting, right?
It is exciting. I thought it would take a lot long, but it kind of came on suddenly. But he's the best little kid. He is 15 months, almost 15 months. And we have a lot of fun.
And you're one of the primary caretakers.
Yeah.
So because your job, you can do that.
Yeah.
You'll never regret that. And I know
Kiki
some
works,
days it's hard.
so I'm there when she works.
Well, it's sometimes hard, but you'll never regret that you were a big part of his life.
Yeah, he's great.
Oh,
I know.
Well, I do not have any grandkids. I do not want any anytime soon. I have a 23-year-old and an almost 19-year-old. So,
But forecasts change. Not that yours is going to change, but mine did, and that's what it is.
Yeah, they do change. Isn't it funny how you think one thing and then it just changes? Yeah,
Anyways,
absolutely. So it's exciting.
We're going to do this again, and we're going to have guests, and this is going to be fun.
Yeah, you keep saying guests. Who wants to come on the show? Let's go, everybody. No, we're excited. You know what? I want to thank the folks here at Talk North.
Yeah.
And I want to thank Scott for taking our meeting. And I want to thank Alex. We just met Alex. He's great. And I want to thank you because
Hannah and Tammy.
Oh, everybody,
everybody
here.
here.
Everyone here.
Your mom.
And my mom. And I want to thank you. And we're going to have fun. And I hope you enjoy Weathering Life with Belle and Lee.